They won't see more of his body.
Right.
I'll just put that out there.
And I believe in this program.
Sir, if I may, who the hell is this guy?
He's the boss.
So we're seeing a lot of video games adaptations nowadays. So we get to see Halo Season 1, The Last of Us, Arcane, and Bioshock, and Fallout soon to come.
Yes.
What are the main challenges when telling these stories? And also, how do you manage and balance the fans' expectations? Mainly like when you keep going on Season 2 right now, so you have to innovating and sort of bring new stuff, while also harnessing that diehard fan of Halo.
Well, I'd say that you have to come to it as a fan. You have to come to it with a lot of humility and a lot of respect for how many people it belongs to, how it means so much to so many. And then you have to really figure out, like, what is it? Why did we all fall in love with it? Not just somebody in a hardcore way, you know, who knows that, you know, Admiral Stanforth's real first name is Hieronymus, you know, but also somebody that just loves Halo because they came to the game hanging out with some friends, you know, back in the day, and it's what they kind of came to make them love video games in the beginning. And I think that there's a spirit in Halo, a really strong one, that's about both the optimism of potential of humans and also how we deal with threat, what's worth fighting for. I think that those themes are really at the core, and if we stay true to those, then hopefully it'll resonate with everybody.
But I think each IP needs their own thing, right? And that's part of the creative challenge at the beginning of making a decision to adapt is, what direction do you want to go in? What's important to you from an audience and a fan perspective? You know, Halo was a unique challenge in adapting because of the first-person nature of Master Chief and the emotional connection. Last of Us, Fallout, Minecraft, Arcane, they all have sort of different challenges by virtue of the kind of game they are. And I think that's kind of the most exciting part, right? Yeah. When you set off, what is the path you want to take in adapting?
So Season 1 obviously brought a lot of changes on the show story and game story. The biggest of them all being the fact that Master Chief removed his helmet. Oh my God. So what can fans expect? I mean, in the end, Cortana essentially took over, sort of purging Master Chief's personality. So what does this mean for Season 2? Does this mean that Master Chief will be more in line with how he is on the video games?
I think on February 8th, a lot of those questions will be answered. I think what you can expect is a continuing interesting relationship between Master Chief and Cortana. They're obviously inseparable, and their relationship is going to go through many fluctuations. And I wouldn't read too much into any one moment of Season 1.
Season 1 was a massive hit, congratulations. But it also, like, it generated a huge controversy between the diehard fans over the fact that it was a game changer that Master Chief removed his helmet. So it sort of like raised the bar on expectations for Season 2. So how can you level up on Season 2? What can fans expect that? I mean, it will sort of bring the originality of the story, but also keep innovating this new version of Halo, so to speak.
They won't see more of his body. Right. I'll just put that out there.
Right.
Yeah, some people said that we saw too much of Master Chief.
They will not see more of his body.
I'd say that, you know, it's really the challenge for us as writers was like, everything that happens, how do you make it mean something? How do you make it matter? How do you make it important? And at the same time, how do you know, drive the story to places where I think fans really want it to go? Yeah. Part of the way that we approached it, and as Kiki was saying about how every show has its own style and aesthetic when you adapt, that we wanted to be really subjective, you know, put people in the place of our soldiers, of our Spartans, of Master Chief, have them feel the fog of war, the intensity of that battle. And I think, like, you know, I thought it was really successful.
On the finale, sort of like also set up the stage for sort of a race to the Halo rings.
Sure.
And from what I saw in the trailer, it looks a lot that Season 2 will be a lot darker, more focused on the war itself. I mean, fans are sort of like urging for the fact that the Flood might actually come out on Season 2. I know you guys obviously can't talk about that, but what can we expect on this more darker Season 2 that it's about to come?
I mean, you can expect there to be more focus on character, as well as the huge, incredible dramatic action sequence that Halo's so famous for. You know, we have them in abundance, but there's also, we're delving into personalities, and we're seeing conflicts and drama between the characters. We're learning more about existing characters, we're meeting new characters, and so we're really investing deeper into the whole world and people who inhabit it.
I think darkness is a very interesting and useful word for this season. I think tonally, the show feels darker. Art direction wise, it's created darker. The action pieces are made to be more visceral and in the moment. They make you feel like you're a part of it. And the season should feel darker because there's a lot of loss in this season, and a lot of the characters are going to interact with it in many different ways.
Joseph, this one question for you, because you sort of established yourself as a huge like villain guy on the TV shows. I mean, there's obviously Klaus and Brother Blood on Titans recently. What sort of attracts you into playing these villains, and what sort of stood out for you in James Ackerson right now in season 2, and what can we expect from it?
Well, first of all, I think, you know, it's a point of view, isn't it, villainy? Like, I think that you know, the characters you mentioned, I came at it from an angle of them being the hero of their own story and trying to empathize with why they were doing that. I do like that kind of character, though, partly because they're the hurricane. They come in and tear everything up and cause all of the chaos, and then other people have to come in and clean up after them. But I wouldn't say Ackerson causes hurricanes. I'd